lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit. And before I get into this update, I just wanted to say a very quick thank you to every one of you who not only watched but has subscribed to my channel over the last 6 months. This channel has been going for closer to 2 years. It was spring, maybe the summertime that I started this, but I didn't tell anybody. I had posted a couple times here and there, but it wasn't until August of 2021 when I posted my Alice in Wonderland Project Pan introduction that I started to actually tell people. And not only that, but stay consistent and active on this channel. And I'm so happy that it's been going so well. I woke up this morning to a notice saying that I had hit 100 subscribers. And when I went to go check, I was sitting at 101. And I am so happy, thankful, and appreciate it very much. So a couple of days ago on March 3rd, it was my birthday. And the day before, I was sitting at 96 subscribers. And I just told myself it would be pretty cool if I could hit 100 by tomorrow. And when I woke up on my birthday, I had gained one new subscriber, which I thought was just so cool. And then later on in the day, I gained another one, which I thought gaining 2 subscribers on the day of my birthday was pretty awesome. And then when I woke up this morning, seeing I had 101, I was just kind of blown away. This is like 101 more people than I thought would ever be watching these. So I really do want to say thank you. I've been slowly telling people about this, but I'm just excited to see where the next 6 months are going to go and where this channel is just going to head off in the future. I love doing this. I find it so much fun. This panning community is very fun and supportive, and it's just a great way that I find to get use out of your makeup, especially since it's something that I do anyways. I've hit pan and used up products way before even knowing what panning was, and I find that you're able to use products that you would use on a regular basis anyways, or it's a good way to use products that you've either forgotten about or ones that you just don't reach for as much. And putting products into projects, I think it's just a really fun way of doing it. So again, I just wanted to say thank you. I really do appreciate it. So with that out of the way, let's get into this update. So this is my first update for Pan Those Eyeshadows, and let me tell you, it has been interesting. So when I started this, if you have not seen my introduction, I would go check that out. It is a little bit of a longer video, but I do explain how I'm doing this project, as it's different than I've seen anybody else do it so far. Everybody tweaks this to what works best for them, and I find that this year everybody's been tweaking it even more so. So everybody just makes it their own, which I think is really cool. But I was really hesitant about trying this project for the longest time because as much as it intrigued me and I was curious about it, I just wasn't sure if it would be something that I could fit in or get good use on or just have a good time with, I think, more or less. This month has proven that it's going to take some time, and that's okay. So basically, if you seen the introduction video, you know what I rolled in, and I have everything swatched out on my hand, which I'll get into shortly, but I rolled in 2 of the Too Faced palettes that I have. And let me tell you, if you don't know, but those shades are very difficult to show any use on. So those shades, it kind of made me realize that it is going to take a few months to be able to show some progress on certain shadows, and that's totally okay. But a lot of my palettes are newer over the last couple of years, so a lot of them don't have a whole lot of use on it unless it's been something that I've been really focusing on. So for those palettes, it is going to take a little bit longer, but I've been playing with other shadows that aren't in any of my projects, and it's also made me realize that obviously not all formulas are the same, but some of them are going to be a lot easier, some of them are going to be a lot more difficult, which is just kind of a whatever thing. So we'll see how the progress goes over the next few months. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to end this in November or December. I think I kind of want to end and then start again, but I just want to see how this project plays out this year. So that being said, these are the shades that I rolled in. I'm working on 4 shades at a time. So I do have 3 shades from a palette and then 1 single. My single is just to use throughout the month, and then I'm going to roll in a new single each and every month. And then the shadows from the palettes, I don't have any set rules necessarily, so I don't have a minimum usage goal. I just want to see how things play out. So let's get into what I rolled in, and I'm going to go through them by the way I rolled them all in. So the very first shade here is Earl Grey, and that comes from my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. Now, if you've heard me talk about this palette before, this is something that I've obviously had a lot of use on. I want to finish panning a few of these shades, but some of these shades I did not have any intention on really using, and Earl Grey was definitely one of them. So I'm not really big into these deep, dark matte colors, which is exactly what this is. So my way of using this was more or less going to be on my lower lash line. I did try doing that. I don't know if it was the first or second time I did it, but I had put too much on, so trying to blend it out, it was just a little bit of a disaster, more or less. So I had decided before I was doing all of that, I wanted to just use this 5 times. I was hoping that I would be able to get the 5 uses in, and then I could roll this out. So I'm happy to say that I did. So I don't really think I have pictures. I'm not very good at taking photos, but I had used this twice on my lower lash line. And then there was one night I was actually playing around with my makeup, and I used this twice just to see how it would look in an actual eye look, like on the outer corner or not on the crease, but like on my lid, just to see how it would actually look. And then the 5th time, I actually did wear it in an eye look on the outer V, and let me tell you, I did not like it. So even though 2 of the 5 uses was just playing around with my makeup, I'm counting it because I did use it, and because I know that it's not a shade that I would want to reach for. As soon as I hit those 5 uses, I haven't even touched this. I haven't even dipped into this palette. So, which is also kind of what I was hoping to do when I had rolled this in, because I want to get good use on a few other shades, but I haven't even touched this since I hit those 5 uses. So, okay, will be rolled out, but that's okay. I'm really debating on what to do with the shades in here that I don't want to use, if I want to completely get rid of them and just take them out of this palette, or if I want to mix them with other shades and franken them, which is a new term that I've learned about. I really don't know, because they're not shades that I'm even like gravitating towards or interested in, so a part of me might just get rid of them. Let me know what you think, but it's going to be this Totally Fet shade, Earl Grey, and Black Currant. I think those 3 for sure, and then possibly this shade, Dark Truffle. I might just get rid of those 4 altogether, and then whatever else is in here, just work on those, because I don't think I'll ever reach for Earl Grey again, that's for sure. So the next shade that I rolled in was You Spicy from, of course, the other Too Faced palette. Comes from the Pumpkin Spice palette. And I was really excited about rolling in this palette. The shade is this one right here. It's this pink shade. As you can see, you cannot tell that there's any usage on there whatsoever, but I can feel it. When I went to go swatch it, I can feel the usage on there, but you really can't see anything. So when I had first even seen photos of this before I bought it, I was really interested in using these 3 shades here, the purple, pink, and orange together in a look. I did that a few times. I even reached for the pink, which is You Spicy, this orange, and like this coral shade a few times. I really did like how that one turned out. I did mind using this shade. I do know that it's going to take a very long time to hit pan, but it's kind of not really what I want to do with this shade. There might be other shades in this palette that I want to hit pan on if they ever get rolled in, but this pink shade is just not one of them. I am keeping track of all of my uses on the shades that are being rolled into this project, whether they have a usage goal or not, and I've used You Spicy 9 times. So I really have not been reaching for it for the last little while. To be completely honest, I've been reaching for just a bunch of other shades. I have a couple other palette-based projects on my Pan palette. I have Panning Solitaire, and then my deck of panning, which I just started. I rolled a palette into there, but that's just a usage goal. But I've really been wanting and craving like bright spring, summer type looks. Like I did my nails for my birthday like bright pink. I'm so over winter. So these darker shades are just kind of getting to me. I think I'm going to keep this in here for one more month. I want to see how it plays out, if I even use it. If I don't use it, I'm going to get rid of it next month. If I use it a lot, we'll see how I feel when April comes around. I do have an idea of how I'm going to use this, but it all depends on my Natasha Denona palette that's in the Decay panning. So there's a lot, but we'll see how it goes. I am going to keep You Spicy in here for one more month, and I'll determine how I feel about it in April and whether or not it's going to leave. So the third one I rolled in was Vitamin C, and this is from the ColourPop Little Ray of Sunshine palette, and this is a shade that you can see the usage. You can see all of the fallout, the powder around the actual shade. I'm not gonna lie, it's the only shade that I've been reaching for in this palette, even though I would like to get use on it. I haven't yet, but I've been using this as my transition shade. Not every single time, but when I do reach for this palette, which has been a lot more often the last little while, this has become my transition shade. And I really do enjoy it. I've actually used it 18 times, which is quite a lot. And when I went to go swatch it out, I could feel the usage and a very, very slight dip starting. So this is going to stay in the project. I would like to hit pan on here. I would like to eventually get more use on this palette as well. So we'll see how things play out. But I'm actually very happy with how this palette's been going. And I'm excited to see how long it's going to take to actually hit pan on here. And lastly, my fourth shade is my single. So this is the shade Lunar Spectrum from Terra Moon. So I have it sitting in here, but I'm going to take it out because there is one other shade in here. So any single shades that I work on, I'll probably throw in here. But it was basically brand new when I rolled this in. I had only used it a few times, and now you can see, I know that reflection is just crazy. Oh. Will it focus again? There's a good little dip starting in here. I love this shade. I think it's gorgeous. I haven't worn it in a little while, and I think I wore this one 7 times. Yeah, 7 times. So not a whole lot, but enough. It was good, and enough to just get some decent use on it, considering this is like one of the newest eyeshadow singles in my collection. So I am very happy with the use on this, and because I'm rolling my singles out each month, this one will be rolling out as well. So basically, I will show you, but I do have Atlas from Terra Moon's in here as well, which is in my Decay panning project. So I think since this one is in the other project, I'm going to exclude it from my Pan Those eyeshadows. At least for now. I don't know if I want to include it later on, like after I've used it for my Decay panning. Let me know what you think, because my purpose of rolling in a single shade every month is just to get use on my singles, because even using like one a month, I'm only gonna hit use on about half of them, and I'm trying to use them as much as I can. So I think if I put any sort of single into another project, I'm just gonna take it out of this one. But let me know if you think I should eventually put it back into this project. I'm not sure what I feel about that yet, but let me know your thoughts and we'll go from there. So that one is being rolled out, which means 2 shades are staying in and 2 shades are being rolled out. And I'm very, very excited to roll in our new shades. So I'm going to roll in the shade from the palette first. So if you don't know how I'm doing this, because like I said, I'm doing this different than any other way that I've seen so far, but I actually roll in a shade by the alphabet. So I have my notebook, and it's all still in here. It's a massive notebook, but I have all of my eyeshadows listed by the alphabet. So as you can see, there's A and B right there. So what I'm going to be doing is going to this. So I have all of the letters in the alphabet. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. All of the letters in the alphabet are in here. So I'm going to randomize the letter. I'm going to find the letter in this notebook, see how many shades start with that letter, and then randomize the number. Okay, so all the letters are there. We're going to the letter I. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so let's go to eye and see how many shades there are. G-H. Oh, okay. So there's only 12, so that's not too bad. So the letter I, and let's go to pretty random, and we're going to go 1 to 12. Done. Okay. 1 to 12, and let's choose number 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. In My Way, Essence Coral Me Maybe. So you can see there's 12 shades here, and then number 10. So, okay, I like that. That's a newer palette to my collection as well, but I have actually enjoyed using that the few times that I have. So I think that would actually go well with these 2 shades here. So once I go get my new shades, I'm going to swatch out the new color story on this hand. Okay, so I'm excited about that one. And now it's time to roll in my single, which I kind of lied to you guys last time. I said I had 24. I did have 24 in here, but I totally forgot that I actually have 2 more singles that are still in their packaging. So I forgot to include these. So these 2 are going to be included this time. So I have taken 2 shades from in here out. So I'm going to be rolling 1 through 24 again, just because my Lunar Spectrum shade and the Atlas shade are not going to be included. So that knocks it from 24 to 22. And then I'll be including these 2. So we'll do 23 and 24. So let's see what shade I get for this month. So we're going 1 to 24. Done. Okay. Number 1. Okay, so let me go get my Coral, my Coral Me Maybe palette by Essence, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my palette here. So this is the Essence Coral Me Maybe, and on the back, In My Way, is this middle shade on the bottom row, which is this matte coral shade. And I actually really like that shade as well. Like I said, I have used this a few times and I have reached for that shade. You can see a little bit of usage on there. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to actually swatch out the shades. They're still going to be in this project. Actually, I'm going to take off this old one here. Just easier to swatch it on that part of my hand. Okay. So we've got You Spicy. That's a horrible swatch. We have Little Ray of Sunshine, Vitamin D. Okay, so those 2 are the ones that are staying in. And now we have In My Way by Essence. Yeah, those go together. And our single shade is number 1. So let's see what my number 1 shade is. Oh, this is... Is this what I think it is? Yeah. This one is Midnight Cowboy by Urban Decay, which I'm actually happy got rolled into this because it's a shade... It still kind of really goes with it because it's more like pinkish, which would pair really nicely with You Spicy. But I've been really wanting to get more use on those Urban Decay. I have Midnight Cowboy and Midnight Cowboy Rides Again. So I've really been wanting to get good use on those singles because they are a lot older in my collection as well. So this is my new color story. It's still very simple, but it's a lot more spring. I really feel like this coral shade is like bringing out that spring that I've been like craving and wanting. And then pairing it with this Vitamin D shade, since it's more of a yellow, I think those are going to look really nice together. I'm very happy with this color story. Let me know down below any sort of combinations you guys would put together wearing these shades, but I'm very happy with this. So I'm super excited to see how long it's going to take. I'm obviously going to leave this in until I hit pan on it. I really don't think it's going to take me too long of a time. And then actually, let me take this shade out of here since it's no longer in there. And then I'm just going to throw it in here. And I'm going to move my Terra Moon Lunar Spectrum shade out of here. and put it into another palette. This will just be the singles that I'm currently working on, and then when I finish working on a shade, I will put it into another palette. So again, let me know what you think I should do with this Atlas shade once I've finished using it in my deck of panning. Should I put it back into this project, or should I just leave it off to the side? Give me your thoughts, your suggestions, because I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet, but I'm very excited to see how this next month is going to go. And come next update, I'll determine what I'm going to do with my You Spicy shade from the Pumpkin Spice palette by Too Faced. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you're doing this project down below. I really do love binge watching these ones. I think they're so much fun and just a really cool way to get your creativity going and just finding new ways to use shades together that you may not have thought of in the beginning. So let me know if you're doing this, and I would love to come and watch you. So thank you guys again. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.